Have you ever looked at someone you loved and wondered how they could forget you so fast? Like, one day you're everything, and then the next, it's like you never existed. 2 days. That's all it took for her to move on. 2 days after we stopped talking, she was laughing with someone new, posting selfies, glowing like nothing ever happened. And there I was, lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, asking myself the question that wouldn't let me sleep. Was I ever even real to her? If you've ever been left behind, ignored, or replaced like you were just a phase in someone's life, then I want you to stick with me. Because I promise, what you're feeling right now, it makes sense, and you're not alone. When it all changed, we weren't perfect, but it felt real. The late night calls, the inside jokes no one else would understand. The way she'd text me, "I miss you," even if we'd just seen each other that day. It felt like something that mattered. But then one argument, one misunderstanding, and she was gone. And I kept telling myself she'd come back, that it was just a break, that she needed space. But instead, she moved on. So fast it didn't even feel human. That's the moment I realized, sometimes people don't love the way we do. The psychology of detachment. Here's something nobody really tells you when you're young. People connect differently. Some people love deeply and slowly. Others love fast and let go even faster. There's actually a name for it in psychology. Attachment styles. If you're someone who overthinks everything and gets attached easily, chances are you have what's called an anxious attachment style. You crave closeness. You worry when things change, and when someone leaves, it hurts. But people like her, the ones who seem to move on without blinking, they might have an avoidant attachment style, which means when things get too intense, they pull away. And once they do, they often shut the door completely, just to protect themselves. It doesn't mean they never cared. It just means they care differently. What you didn't realize. Looking back, there were signs. The way she never really opened up unless I asked 100 questions. The way she'd disappear emotionally, even when we were together. I thought I could fix it. I thought if I loved her more, she'd open up more. But love doesn't work like that. You can't convince someone to feel what they're not ready to feel. You can't hold on to someone who doesn't want to be held. And here's the hardest truth. Sometimes people treat us like we're temporary because they never saw us as permanent in the first place. The rebound illusion. So how do they move on so quickly? Sometimes it's not even that they've healed. It's distraction. It's not wanting to feel the pain. That new person she's posting about, that might not be love. It might just be noise, something to fill the silence you used to occupy. And I know, it doesn't make it hurt less. But please don't confuse her moving on fast with you not mattering. Because people cope in different ways. Some cry, some isolate, some post cute pictures pretending they're fine. But healing takes time, no matter how it looks on the outside. You're not easy to forget. I want you to think about something. How many people have come into your life that you don't talk to anymore, but you still think about sometimes? A song plays, a place you visit, a smell, and suddenly, you remember someone who once meant the world to you. That's how memory works. People don't just disappear from our hearts. So maybe she's smiling now. Maybe she seems okay. But that doesn't mean she forgot you. It doesn't mean you were fake. It doesn't mean it didn't matter. It just means she's on a different page now. And maybe, so should you. Quick pause. Let's be real. Hey, if you've made it this far, I just want to say thank you. Seriously, this stuff is hard to talk about, and even harder to feel. If you're finding any part of this helpful, or if it's making you feel a little more seen, hit that like button and consider subscribing. It helps more than you know, and it tells me to keep making more videos like this for you. All right, back to it. Why it hurts so much. Heartbreak isn't just emotional, it's physical. Science shows that when we go through a breakup, the brain lights up in the same areas as physical pain. That's why it feels like you can't breathe. That's why your chest aches. That's why you replay conversations in your head like a movie you can't stop watching. But the pain, it's proof that it was real for you. And just because someone else moved on fast doesn't make your feelings any less valid. You gave real love. That matters. You showed up. That matters. You were vulnerable. That's brave. You deserve more than almost. What hurts the most isn't just losing them. It's realizing they weren't who you thought they were. That maybe. They never saw you the way you saw them. And that's what messes with your mind, right? Like, did I make it all up? Was it just one-sided? But love, even when it ends, doesn't mean it was fake. Some people come into our lives to teach us something, to show us what we don't want next time, to remind us what we do deserve. You deserve someone who doesn't need space just to realize your worth. You deserve someone who won't treat you like an option the moment things get hard. You deserve real. Healing starts with honesty. The first step to healing isn't pretending you're fine. It's admitting that you're not. That it hurts. That you miss them. That you're angry and confused and exhausted from pretending you're over it. You've got to feel it to heal it. Cry. Write. Talk to someone. Listen to sad music if you need to. But don't stay stuck in the idea that your worth depends on someone else's choice. You're more than someone's memory. You're a whole person, with a whole future. And it starts when you decide to stop chasing closure and start giving yourself peace. The last thing I'll say, if she moved on in 2 days, that says everything about her and nothing about your value. You were real. You mattered. You showed up with your heart wide open. That's rare. That's beautiful. And that's something she will remember one day, maybe when it's too late. But you're just getting started. So keep healing. Keep growing. Keep showing up for yourself the way no one else did. Because the person who's going to love you for real, they won't let you wonder if you were ever real to them. You'll know. Before you go, if this hit home, if even one part of it made your heart feel a little lighter, don't leave without liking this video. Share it with someone who might need it too, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Because we're building something here, a space where your feelings aren't too much, where your heart matters, and where healing is allowed to be messy. Thanks for being here. You're not alone. And better days, they're coming.